So let's say, for example, you're at your own place and you're playing blackjack with a couple of mates. And you want to win that last hand where everyone goes all in, because it's the end of the night. I'll show you what you've got to do. Begin by going through the pack and taking out a decent hand in blackjack. Now, for example, we've taken out 21, so you're going to win the money with that every time. Now, if you've worked it so you're going to be dealing the cards on the last hand, you need to arrange them so that one card is face up and the other one is face down, because that's how the cards are dealt for the dealers. And then you need to sneak those somewhere no one's ever going to think of looking. So they're going to go straight up the old sleeve there. Perfect. Now you just play the rest of the game as normal. And when it comes around to your hand, the last hand of the night, and you go all in, you're going to get dealt a hand that's rubbish. So let's say, for example, we take the 9 and the... actually, let's use the 7, because then that gives you 16, which is actually the worst hand you can have in blackjack, right? So it's looking bad. You've gone all in. You've only got 16. Here's what you do. You secretly, when no one's looking, switch the 16 for the 21 you have up your sleeve. That will win you the money. And when everyone else goes home, that just means you have to straighten out the 16 up your sleeve. That's called Cheater. I hope you dig it. Subscribe to BBM TV to learn this trick and many more.
Hello there, BBMsters. I'm Owen Packard, and I've got a trick with an iPhone for you. This is a pretty impressive little number. All you need is your iPhone, and you take it out, place it down in front of you, okay? You want it on the mat or on any surface in front of you like this. And really this is best operated when you've got people around you. You know, if you're at a social event or at work or hanging at the pub. Put it in front of you, place your hand on it, take it back towards your body, rotate, put it in your pocket, okay? We don't give a shit that you've got an iPhone, just put the thing away. Just a quickie, while we were over at Magic Live, the convention in Las Vegas this year, we saw some cool tricks, and we bought a few things and we thought we'd show you one of them because it's awesome. It's a Hocus Pocus exclusive and it's called Slo-Motion. And this is what it uses. If you have a look, what we've got here is a lifesaver, which is like an English polo, except bigger because Americans are fat, and just a coffee stirrer stick. And I want you to look, you're completely happy that that is 100% on the stick, as they say. Okay, and we're going to take this stick. Now, what is the trick? The trick is this. Just watch that lifesaver, okay? Are you ready? Are you ready? What's happening to the lifesaver? It's gone mental. It's turning. How very strange. Oh, can you feel it? Can you feel? There she goes. There she goes. And the weird thing is, it just keeps happening. It's the power of my mind. Can you feel it? Ooh. Luckily, I use my powers for good, not evil, because imagine what I could make rotate if I wanted to. And if you want to just take that and have a quick look, you'll see everything is exactly as it should be. And when we saw that in Magic Live, we went up and we said, we like that trick. I don't want to buy something which has got a gimmick lifesaver because they don't sell them in England. And he said, it's not got a gimmick lifesaver. I said, well, I don't want a gimmick stick. He said, it's not a gimmick stick. So I said, here's my money. And so should you. Greetings, Earthlings. Here we are. Oh, I looked at the wrong thing again. I keep doing it.
Don't look at the monitor.
I'm going to look cross-eyed. Oh. We thought we'd tell you about an exciting new project we've got coming out very soon, which is called Essential Magic Classics.
And who is behind this fabulous double disc set? Double disc set.
It's Danny Archer, who many of you will know. He's lectured all over the world. He runs the Mindvention convention.
That's right, yeah.
In the States. And yeah, one of the most sort of hard-working pros in the world.
That's something most magicians might not really be aware of because he's quite visible on the magic scene, as a lot of people are. You just kind of think he does that, but he's actually a hugely busy commercial performer as well. So, I mean, his life is just magic, basically, isn't it?
He must live like Groundhog Day. I think the place, he works at a ski resort in, is it Vail, Colorado?
That's right. And he has an apartment there for the job, so he has another apartment to be near his layman magic work, and then a comes back for the other magic stuff. That is dedicated, man, isn't it?
So yeah, so let's just say that he's fairly sharp with these routines. They are pretty honed, but yeah. So you know, Liam, tell us a bit about what do you think about the project. You were there for the shoot.
I was. It was very awesome. I mean, the first section that we shot was all essential Magic classics, which is what, you know, the project's ended up being called. And it's one of those things where, you know, when you've been in Magic a while, you think you know the classic tricks, really, and you kind of discard them because everyone's doing them. But there's a reason everyone's doing them, and that's because they're awesome. And Danny has worked so much that you get very simplified handlings, very effective lines and bits, and then all the routines build. It's just a worker's dream, basically, to see classic tricks done in a way that's really commercial, as opposed to, you know, oh God, here comes that trick that we've seen a million times before. Right. So that was very cool. And then we had the disc of his original, the actual Archer classics, which was also very good. I mean,
but yeah, they're basically the tricks that kind of Danny felt really summed up his sort of performance style and the stuff that he's best at. And they are classics. You know, obviously neo-classics, as we would call them, or Danny classics, because they're the ones out of
Danny classics. That's good. I like that.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny because for Bigblindmedia, this was quite a different sort of project, really.
Well, most of the stuff was close up and cards before, wasn't it? And how many cards things are on this?
It's not many. I mean, and this is it. When we're talking classics, we're talking, you know, colour changing balls, you know, 3-fly, all you know, the stuff that basically people, when they talk about Magic, they're like, okay, yeah, they are, you know, the ones that people will have seen in a lot of restaurant work or weddings and stuff. But
they're easy to do, but not easy to do well, and that's something that Danny does because he's working 8 nights a week, basically.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man.
He's
and Danny's a lovely guy, and I think you'll enjoy spending a bit of time in his company. So there you go. Sales pitch over. We just thought we'd mention it, you know, because we can. So there you go. Central Magic Classics with Danny Archer, coming soon.
Okay, so we're now going to teach you Cheetah. This trick originally appeared on The Wicked World of Liam Montier Volume 1. Nobody paid any attention to it, but it's really good. So I'm going to show you it again now, and hopefully more people will start doing it. Because it is what I'm trying to make all my card magic now, just so simple, really straightforward, and what I call a one-move wonder. We're just going to use one move for this entire routine, and we're going to use it in different ways. But it's just so good if you're lazy, like me, that you can just get away with doing one move and get a great trick out of it. So first of all, you need to get the deck set, and you need to set it so that you have a red 9 and a red 7 face to face on top of the deck. Now, you need to make sure they're opposite suits, because we're going to not use duplicate cards, we're using the impromptu duplicates. So I've got the 7 of diamonds and the 9 of hearts. Alright. Simple way to get into this position on the fly is if you cull the cards to the top of the deck, you can do this Harry Lorraine move, which is like the brew reversal or brow reversal, which is going to set everything up. So I'll show you that now quickly. You get a break underneath the top card, and then we're going to do the first half of the brow reversal, which is my right hand takes the top half and keeps the break. The left hand portion is flipped face up and placed on top and squared up. So I've still got this break here. My left hand then cuts again and turns face up. Now this is a normal brow brow reversal, but what Harry Lorraine's added is the idea that as you turn this left hand over, you spread that top card, and then the right hand packet goes between that top card and the rest. And so as you square up, what that's actually done is arranged your 9 and 7 on top of the deck face to face. Okay? So you can use that if you like. That's just a quick way of getting into the trick on the fly, or you can just start with them in position. It's totally up to you. So with the cards in position there, we're now going to explain, you do the presentation about playing blackjack, and you want to remove the good hand before you start. And what we're going to do is a couple of things separately. We're going to spread through the deck. We're going to up-jog the Jack of Spades and the Ace of Spades. But I'm also going to keep an eye on where the other red 7 and 9 are. And it doesn't matter if you don't see them, but the reason for this is it's nicer because I'm going to be able to spread to them much more quickly. You see what I mean? So I'm going to go through. So my red 7 is quite near the face of the deck, so I just remember that. And I carry on spreading because I want to up-jog the Jack of Spades and the Ace of Spades, which I've got one there and one there. Now I haven't seen, the other red 9 is right near the very top, so that's also very good for me to know. So I close these up, strip out the cards and I show them, and that's misdirection for me to turn the deck over in my hand and get a break underneath those 2 cards, which are reversed. So I've got a break underneath the red 9 and 7 here. I flip these face up, and in the presentation you justify the move coming up as you say one needs to be face up and one needs to be face down, which is technically not correct because it would be the other way up, but no one seems to notice. So what happens is you pick up the block of 4 cards above the break, so this is my pseudo duplicates and my Jack and Ace of Spades in the middle grip. My left thumb pulls the Ace of Spades back onto the deck and calls attention here, and then I lever, that's a triple, going over onto the pack. As I say, one card will be face up, one face down, and then you instantly just pick up the top 2 cards and show them as being face to face. Really, you've switched in your 9 and your 7. Okay? Awesome. So you say, you know, tuck these somewhere no one's going to think of looking like up the sleeve, and so these go tucked up my sleeve. You could also put them in the card box or underneath the mat, whatever you want to do. Totally up to you. The sleeve thing's quite good for lay people because they've all heard about people using their sleeves, magicians and stuff. So I think that works well. So then we spread through, and now you're going to apparently just take out a random hand. And this is made simpler because I need to get 2 specific cards. But I can give the impression that I'm just taking any 2 because I now know roughly where those are. I'm not having to go, we're going to take out a hand at random and then really look for them. Okay, so I just spread through. I say, so we'll take the 7. And then because I know the 9's right at the back, I'll just push a big block of cards off and say, and maybe we'll use this 10. Oh, actually, we'll use the 9 instead because then that's going to give me 16. So you see, I do a little bit of just a miscall thing, basically, which makes it look totally impromptu that I've ended up with these 2 cards. So I strip those out, and I do the exact same thing again. I get a break underneath the top 2 cards. This time it's the blackjack pair. I show these, and I do the exact same move, but this time as a colour change. So I pick up all 4 again, and I peel the 7 onto the left-hand packet, the whole deck. But this time I flip over the triple and instantly push it over to show that it's changed into the blackjack. And that looks really, really cool, mega easy. Drop those down, do your presentation, table the deck as well, and then reveal that the 2 cards in your sleeve have now changed apparently into the same 16. Alright, so that's the cheater thing. No one ever notices that these aren't the same cards, so don't worry about that. And the nice thing about cheater is that you're also reset and ready to go again because you're left with 2 cards face to face, so you're ready to rock and roll. And I should also mention that the move that we're using here is a sort of gentle version of Richard Kaufman's Radical Change. His new grip Radical Change was a kind of move that was like that for the double change. But we're using a much slower and easier version, which gives you the advantage that you can use it as either a secret switch or a visual colour change. And we're using it for both in this routine. So I hope you enjoy Cheater. I've used it for years, so have a couple of friends of mine. They're all digging it, so should you.